Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. India and UAE sign MoUs in banking and education sectors during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the UAE. India and the UAE agree to set up a framework to use their local currencies for bilateral transactions. Indian Institute of Technology campus to be set up in UAE Capital Abu Dhabi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hails signing of MoUs as a very important aspect of India-UAE cooperation. National Testing Agency announces results of Common Universities Entrance Test 2023. IMD forecasts heavy to very heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh during next 4 days. And in tennis, Marketa Vondrousova defeats Ons Jabeur 6-4, 6-4 to clinch women's title at Wimbledon. India and the UAE today signed 3 MoUs in banking and education sectors. The MoUs in the banking sector pertain to the use of local currencies for cross-border transactions and cooperation for interlinking their payment and messaging systems. Under the MoU in the education sector, the Indian Institute of Technology Delhi will set up an IIT campus in Abu Dhabi. A report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United Arab Emirates have yielded substantial outcomes, including a local currency trade agreement, 2 MoUs by the Reserve Bank of India, and a significant partnership in the field of education. The developments announced during PM Modi's meeting with the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan in Abu Dhabi mark a comprehensive strengthening of ties between the two nations. The first MoU focuses on establishing a framework to promote the use of local currencies, specifically for the Indian rupee and the UAE dirham, for cross-border transactions. The second MoU centers on cooperation between the payment and messaging systems of the 2 central banks. In addition to the banking MoUs, a Memorandum of Understanding has been signed between the Ministry of Education, Government of India, the Department of Education and Knowledge of Abu Dhabi and the Indian Institute of Technology Delhi. PM Modi hailed this breakthrough as a catalyst for enhancing bilateral trade and investment. Vinod Kumar, Akashvani News, Dubai.
The MoU signed by the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, Shaktikant Das, and the Governor of the Central Bank of UAE, Khalid Mohammed Balama, for the use of local currencies for cross-border transactions covers all current account transactions and permitted capital account transactions. Mr. Das said it will give a big boost to trade between the two countries.
MoU relates to settlement of all transactions, all trade transactions, or rather all current account transactions and permissible capital account transactions in local currency, that is either in rupee or dirham. So this will give a big boost to trade between the two countries. It will be cost effective and the settlement will be much faster.
The Prime Minister termed the MoU signed in the banking sector as a very important aspect of India-UAE cooperation, saying it will pave the way for enhanced economic collaboration and make international financial interactions simpler. Meanwhile, Foreign Secretary Vinay Quatra said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the UAE was very significant and a landmark in the partnership between the two countries.
The visit is of tremendous strategic significance for many reasons. First and foremost, it showcases, underscores the deep bond of friendship and trust between the Prime Minister and the President of the UAE. India and the UAE, under the guidance of the two leaders, had signed the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement last year. And since the signing of that important strategic landmark agreement between the two countries, the trade and economic partnership and engagement has grown significantly between the two countries.
Prime Minister Modi and President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan also held delegation-level talks and a one-on-one meeting. Discussions touched upon a broad range of areas of bilateral cooperation, including trade and investment, fintech, energy, renewables, climate action, higher education, and people-to-people ties. Prime Minister Modi returned to New Delhi this evening after concluding his successful visit to France and the UAE. The National Testing Agency NTA has declared the results of Common University Entrance Test CUET-UG 2023 Chairman of University Grants Commission, M. Jagdish Kumar, said NTA conducted the entrance test in 9 phases spread over 34 days from the 21st of May to the 5th of July. Around 14.99 lakh students had registered for CUET-UG 2023. Mr. Kumar added that in subjects like accountancy, biology, business studies, economics, English, history and political science, more than 1,000 students got 100 percentile scores. India's G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant has said the country's ambitious and action-oriented proposals on key issues of global importance have received constructive and positive responses from G20 member countries. Addressing media persons on the sidelines of the third G20 Sherpas meeting at Hampi in Karnataka today, he said the delegates have admitted that the draft declaration being discussed under India's presidency is the most ambitious outcome document to be brought out since the beginning of the G20 meetings. Amitabh Kant noted that the deliberations going on in Hampi are a huge success as the first draft of G20 leaders' declaration was discussed in totality. The draft document will be taken up for final consideration during the G20 Leaders Summit to be held in New Delhi in September this year. The issues taken up for consideration are related to global health, education, hunger, sustainable development goals, climate change, debt vulnerability, making multilateral institutions more responsive to the needs of the developing world, and technological transformation agenda. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia has said Ayushman Chaupal will be set up in every village of the country. He said along with making Ayushman cards in the Chaupal, health checkups will also be performed. He was addressing the concluding ceremony of the 2-day Swasthya Chintan Shivir in Dehradun, Uttarakhand today. The Union Minister said that the village which issues 100% Ayushman cards will be called Ayushman Gram. Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia met Home Minister Amit Shah today, along with officials of Airports Authority of India, CISF, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security and Immigration, to review the plan for capacity and manpower expansion at certain airports. Both ministers reviewed the facilities and infrastructure for major airports. The meeting was aimed at addressing requirements arising out of fast-growing domestic and international aviation mobility in the country. Home Ministry, Civil Aviation Ministry and other agencies have embarked upon a series of steps towards expanding and enhancing the facilities and infrastructure at major airports. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. In Jammu and Kashmir, the annual pilgrimage of Sri Amarnath Ji in South Kashmir is progressing smoothly from both the Yatra routes of Nunwan Chandanwadi via Pahalgam and Domail Baltal. More from our correspondent.
Over 21,000 pilgrims drawn from various parts of the country have paid their obeisance to Lord Shiva today at the holy cave shrine of Sri Amarnath Ji. With this, the total number of Yatris who have performed the darshan so far since the commencement of the Yatra on July 1st has crossed over 209,000 Yatra mark. Meanwhile, Yatra is gaining momentum with the influx of Yatris from across the country increasing with each passing day. It is expected that a record number of pilgrims would pay their obeisance at the Holy Cave Shrine this year in the South Kashmir Himalayas. The 62 days long Yatra is scheduled to culminate on 31st of August, the auspicious day of Shravan Purnima. Sunil Kohl, Akashvani News, Srinagar.
Education and Skill Development Minister Dharmendra Pradhan launched AI for India 2.0, a free online training program on artificial intelligence, on the occasion of World Youth Skills Day today. It is a joint initiative of Skill India and GUVI, which is an IIT Madras incubated startup tech platform which enables tech learning in vernacular languages. This program has been curated in 9 Indian languages. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Pradhan called for technology courses in Indian languages. He said technology should not be a prisoner of language. He added that this is a good beginning towards dismantling language barrier in technology education and future-proofing the nation's youth power, particularly in rural areas. He added that India is a technology-savvy country and the success story in adoption of digital payments in India is a case in point. India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast that heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely to continue over Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh during the next 4 days. The Met Department has issued an orange alert for Uttarakhand till the 18th of July and Himachal Pradesh till the 17th of July. Yellow alert has been issued for the next 4 days in Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. Active monsoon condition is very likely to prevail over central and adjoining East India during the next 5 days. There will be a gradual decrease in rainfall activity over northeast India, an increase in rainfall activity along the west coast. Meanwhile, heavy rain with thunderstorm and lightning lashed the national capital this evening, causing traffic snares and waterlogging. The Met Department had predicted thunderstorm with light to moderate intensity rain and gusty winds with speed of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour in Delhi NCR. According to Central Water Commission, the water level of the Yamuna River stood at 206.87 meters at 7 p.m., which is still above the danger mark. Union Minister for Earth Sciences, Kiren Rijiju, has said accurate weather forecasting is necessary in the backdrop of day-to-day changes in the weather patterns. He was speaking after visiting the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology in Pune today. Mr. Rijiju said that soon a 10 petaflop capacity supercomputer will be provided to IIT to help in the accurate forecast of weather owing to the climate change and its different effects. Mr. Rijiju suggested that common citizens should also visit the IMD website regularly to understand the weather forecast. At least 22 people have been killed by deadly flooding in South Korea as torrential rainfall continues to batter central regions. A third day of downpours triggered landslides and caused a major dam in the central North Chungcheong province to overflow. Heavy rain submerged roads, swept away cars and disrupted railways. Most of the casualties were reported from the North Gyeongsang province. Prime Minister Han Duck-soo has asked the military to assist with rescue efforts. Authorities say many cars have been submerged in an underground tunnel in the central Chungcheong province, prompting fears that the number of fatalities could rise. Thousands of people have been affected by evacuation orders issued by various local governments. More than 6,000 residents were evacuated from the Gisan Dam began to overflow. A heat wave continues to sweep across parts of Europe with potential record-breaking temperatures in the next few days. Temperatures are expected to surpass 40 degrees Celsius in parts of Spain, France, Greece, Croatia and Turkey. The European Space Agency said they could reach 48 degrees Celsius in parts of Italy, becoming potentially the hottest temperatures ever recorded in Europe. A red alert warning is in place for 10 cities, including Florence and Rome. According to the EU's climate monitoring service Copernicus, last month was the hottest June on record. The World Meteorological Organization has warned that periods of intense heat have been occurring within natural weather patterns, but scientists say that globally they are becoming more frequent, more intense, and are lasting longer due to global warming. In Wimbledon today, unseeded Marketa Vondrousova from the Czech Republic has won the women's singles title. She defeated 6th seed Ons Jabeur in straight set 6-4, 6-4. In mixed doubles, the pair of Mate Pavic of Croatia and Lyudmila Viktorivna Kitchenok of Ukraine have won the title. In the finals today, they defeated the combination of Shu Yifan of China and Yoran Ligon of Belgium in straight set 6-4, 6-3. In men's singles, Spanish top seed Carlos Alcaraz will meet Serbian second seed Novak Djokovic in the final tomorrow. In women's doubles, the pair of Xie Su Wei of Taiwan and Barbara Stikova of Czech Republic will face the pair of Sara Sorribes Tormo of Spain and Laura Natalie Sigmund of Germany in the finals. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India and UAE sign MoUs in banking and education sectors during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the UAE. India and UAE agree to set up a framework to use their local currencies for bilateral transactions. IIT campus to be set up in UAE Capital Abu Dhabi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hails signing of MoUs as a very important aspect of India-UAE cooperation. National Testing Agency announces results of CUET 2023. IMD forecasts heavy to very heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh during next 4 days. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.